Zhou Peng lavished attention on Fang Yuqing, hoping the concert tickets he had spent a month's salary on would win her affection, only to be rebuffed with a polite excuse about other plans. The rejection ignited his frustration, and when Zhang Yi's smirk appeared beside him, Zhou's anger surged, prompting him to lash out at Zhang Yi for making a woman help him move things and demanding 500 yuan for Yuqing's alleged back pain. Zhang Yi's response was a cold, cutting tirade that accused Zhou of overstepping, leaving both Zhou and Yuqing stunned. Zhou, realizing he had provoked a rare flash of genuine fury, fell silent and fled the scene, while Yuqing watched the exchange with growing unease, noting Zhang Yi's increasingly distant behavior. After the confrontation, Zhou whispered a warning to Yuqing, urging her to stay away from Zhang Yi, but she could not reconcile his words with the recent shift in his demeanor. Over the past few days, Zhang Yi had stopped greeting her, ceased nightly chats, and seemed preoccupied with secretive preparations. That evening, Zhang Yi arrived at the 5-star Hongfu Tianxia Hotel in Tianhai City, where the manager promptly assigned him a suite despite the 1,000 yuan a night rate, a cost he dismissed as trivial given his several million yuan in cash. While settling in, Yuqing sent a message noting renovations at his house, to which Zhang Yi replied with a detached nothing, then tossed his phone aside, reinforcing his cold indifference. Yuqing, unsettled by the abrupt silence, sent a second message expressing loneliness and accusing Zhang Yi of ignoring her, but received no reply. Her roommate Lin Caning tried to reassure her, mocking the idea of an impending shortage and insisting authorities would announce any real crisis. Yuqing's irritation deepened, yet she could not shake the feeling that Zhang Yi's recent hoarding mass purchases of food, drink, and banquet reservations signaled something ominous. The conversation highlighted her desperation to retain his attention, even as she contemplated the possibility that his behavior hinted at foreknowledge of a looming disaster. During the following days, Zhang Yi remained secluded in his hotel suite, devoting his time to two distinct pursuits. He placed large-scale banquet orders with multiple hotels, stockpiling supplies while maintaining a facade of normalcy, and he also practiced with a professional-grade compound bow and a crossbow within his room. His prior hunting experience allowed him to achieve exceptional accuracy at 15 meters, turning the modern equipment into a weapon capable of dispatching humans, wild boars, jackals, and large dogs with lethal efficiency. This disciplined training underscored his preparation for an uncertain future, aligning with his earlier contemplation of an apocalyptic cold storm that would claim most around him. The chapter closed with Zhang Yi's resolve hardened. He viewed everyone else as already dead, questioning the value of wasted words. His silent, methodical accumulation of resources and mastery of ranged weaponry set the stage for the imminent confrontation with the extreme cold storm, while Fang Yuqing's growing paranoia and Zhou Peng's futile warnings faded into the background of a world on the brink of transformation. 3 days after his arrival at the 5-star hotel, Zhang Yi, with Wu Huairan's assistance, secured 2 pistols and 100 rounds of ammunition, a purchase he accepted without complaint despite the steep price. He also finalized the transaction with Zhou Hairan, receiving 5 boxes of imported high-effect medicine for 3 million yuan, completing his medical stockpile. A week later, Wu Huairan called to announce that the safe house in the Yulu residential area had been finished exactly to Zhang Yi's demanding specifications, and invited him to inspect the work. Zhang Yi drove back from the hotel, and Wu Huairan escorted him through the building. The exterior remained unchanged, but the interior now boasted 200mm aerospace-grade alloy panels on walls, ceiling, and floor, a military-grade ventilation system capable of filtering any toxic gases, and a heating system sourced from the Arctic Scientific Research Institute that could retain 99.5% of heat while powering a custom fireplace. Wu Huairan revealed a network of 300 surveillance cameras covering every floor, and a floor-to-ceiling balcony window constructed from bulletproof, blast-resistant material even stronger than the alloy plates, providing both illumination and observation. Impressed, Zhang Yi signed the completion documents and promised to settle the remaining balance within 3 months, though he internally resolved never to pay the outstanding sum, satisfied that a 1 million yuan deposit had yielded a fortress worth nearly 10 million. He lounged on the sofa, admiring the impregnable sanctuary, until the realization struck him that he had neglected a vital resource: water. In the looming ice age, external temperatures would plunge to -60 or 70 degrees, making any venture outside a mortal risk. Without hesitation, Zhang Yi ordered 100 massive water storage tanks through a food delivery platform, each capable of holding 500 cubic meters, enough to sustain him for years. The delivery arrived within hours. He instructed Uncle Yu, the community guard, to let the trucks in despite the curious stares of neighbors who whispered about his eccentric purchases. Their mockery ranged from jokes about movie-style safe houses to doubts about a water shortage in the coastal city, but Zhang Yi dismissed them, confident that the coming freeze would vindicate his foresight. Later, Uncle Yu approached Zhang Yi, expressing concern over the abnormal winter and asking for advice. Zhang Yi warned him of the impending harsh season and suggested stockpiling instant noodles and bottled water, offering to help. Uncle Yu, a retired soldier known for his self-sacrifice, accepted the counsel, while the nearby Grandpa Tang cautioned Zhang Yi against spreading rumors, threatening official scrutiny. Zhang Yi brushed off the admonition, leaving the conversation unresolved as he turned his attention back to the fortified haven he had built. Zhang Yi began the fortnight after his safe house construction by ordering a delivery of 100 massive water buckets, which he stored in his personal spatial dimension and then filled by running every tap in his apartment. He spent every yuan on meals at the city's finest restaurants, bulk purchasing the food and shuttling it into the same extra-dimensional storage. Each day he drove to the Tianhai City shooting range, alternating between crossbow and firearm drills, determined to turn his fortified apartment into an impregnable bunker despite the ridicule of neighbors and the cold silence of Fang Yuqing, who deliberately avoided any further contact. With the apocalypse forecast to arrive in less than 3 days, Zhang Yi concluded that the only way to guarantee survival was to seize the giant Walmart warehouse that still operated on a 24-hour schedule with only 10 night shift workers. Remembering a vague rumor from his previous life about officials receiving early warnings of the gamma ray strike, he reasoned that the higher UPS would already be moving supplies covertly, leaving the warehouse's stockpiles vulnerable and unguarded. He prepared a simple but effective plan: lace the night shift workers' tea with sleeping pills, wait for them to collapse into deep slumber, then cut power to the surveillance system from the monitoring room. The sedatives took effect quickly, and the 10 guards fell unconscious. Zhang Yi slipped into the monitoring room, disabled all cameras, and changed into shoes 2 sizes too large and thick gloves to avoid leaving prints. Standing before the cavernous aisles, he inhaled a steady breath and began to summon the inventory into his alternate dimension with a mere glance. He first emptied the beverage section, vanishing tens of thousands of cubic meters of mineral water, soft drinks, and high-end spirits. He then moved on to the fuel area, pocketing massive quantities of smokeless coal, solid alcohol, and gasoline barrels enough to power a settlement for centuries. The food wing yielded an even greater haul: canned meats, packaged poultry, snack packs, and instant meals that together could sustain a person for 10 lifetimes. Finally, he appropriated exercise equipment, baseball bats, fencing swords, and dozens of professional cold-weather suits and sleeping bags capable of withstanding -100°C, items he deemed essential for an Ice Age scenario. In just 2 hours he had emptied the million-square-meter warehouse, feeling a surge of triumph as the empty space echoed his own confidence. After the loot was secured, Zhang Yi returned to his safe house, discarded the gloves and oversized shoes into his spatial storage, and drank a cup of tea he had previously spiked with the same sleeping pills. He collapsed onto a table and fell into a deep sleep. He awoke abruptly to a frantic warehouse worker shouting, "Manager, manager, something terrible has happened. Wake up!" The worker described a ghost that had emptied the warehouse, noting the value of the missing goods ran into the tens of billions and that no truck could have moved them that fast. Zhang Yi feigned bewilderment, paced, and suggested calling the higher UPS, a suggestion the terrified staff readily accepted. He then placed a call to the warehouse manager, who answered in stunned disbelief, suspecting a joke. The episode left the Walmart completely stripped of its supplies, its night shift staff bewildered and fearful, and Zhang Yi more convinced than ever that his fortified safe house, now stocked with water, food, fuel, weapons, and elite cold weather gear, would allow him to survive any forthcoming catastrophe. He remained detached, his only outward reaction a calculated orchestration of panic that shifted responsibility to the corporation's executives, while he quietly prepared for the coming Ice Age with an inventory that could sustain him for countless generations.